showing that South Sudan now is in the hands of TB Joshua's family. They also invited comedians. Talking about Casey Brown, talking about destalker. So I wouldn't know how many comedians made it there, but destalker was there, Casey Brown was there. These are the ones that I heard about, I saw. Okay. Now, like I said, if you can hear me, just drop a comment in the comment section just to show that you are part of the broadcast. Um, they also invited a lot of ambassadors, maybe not official government ambassadors, but these are representatives from different countries, a lot. They are wearing all their country regalia and outfits. In fact, I saw some white men throwing salutes to TB Joshua's corpse as they were carrying him. It's kind of heart touching. I saw a video of his wife crying. You know, his wife was shedding tears as TB Joshua was lying in state. A whole lot of people visited. In fact, they had to make it invite only. They had to just make it invite only. You know, and then the church was cleared up and redesigned just for the burial. Was redesigned. As you can see, people are passing for the since morning. People have been going around to watch him lying in state. This is a symbolic ceremony as a way to confirm to people that the person they say is dead is really dead. So they just put the person in a casket and make sure that everybody who cares walks by. Before then, some people knelt before his body to pray. Now the rest of the people have to walk by. And I'm telling you, the crowd, like I'm telling you right now that we're speaking, for the past at least 4 to 5 hours, people have been walking by. Thousands and thousands of people have been walking by just to watch him, just to watch him lying in state. That's how it's going down now at Synagogue Church of All Nations uh, in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, at a location called Ikotun. So the death of TB Joshua is not just a loss to Nigeria. It is a very, very huge loss to that part of town. The presence of his church in that area brought a whole lot of economic development to that area because of the influx of visitors from all over the world to that region. So now he's dead, it's going to be a very big problem. There's going to be a very negative, big negative economic impact, you know, and not to talk of the loss that the family experienced. TB Joshua's family has taken a very huge hit. Their patron, TB Joshua, is dead, and he died at a very young age. He's still in 57. He has not even touched 60. So this is a very, very he took a very big hit. You know, it's a very unfortunate. Like I could still feel that he has about 30 more years remaining. But he did. He did. Now the other interesting thing is that all the people that left his church, his disciples that left his church, started their own church, either in good times or bad times. There are many of his wise men that broke off, started their own church. You would think that they will all hate him and stuff and not come. They all came. You know, I'm talking about somebody, one of his wise men that came from Macedonia. He took flight and came for this event all the way from Macedonia. You know, different wise man Racine is there. a tongue, root tongue. I think her father too. I don't know whether that's her father, but there's another old elderly man answering tongue. That one was there too. You know, a whole lot of people that faces that you no longer see, they all came to show that irrespective of whatever differences, the man was still a legend. You know, it still really heavily impacted their lives and career. So they came to pay the last homage. You know, and as usual, as everything that happens within TB Joshua's church, every single thing is organized. If you have ever been to TB Joshua's church, the very first thing you're going to confirm is that wow, everything here is super organized. That's the very first thing you will confirm. You know, just being in TB Joshua's church, that's the very first thing that becomes clear to you that wow, these guys are incredible with organization. That's TB Joshua for you. You know, incredible with organization, managing large crowds. Another thing that I observed there was lots of soldiers. I'm talking about lots and lots of soldiers. So why do we have soldiers there? You know, that's the question I started asking myself. Soldiers are supposed to be defending the country. Why do we have soldiers at TB Joshua's church? Why not police? Why not civil defense? You know, road safety to control the crowd and a whole lot of things. Even now that they want to give fire service guns, I expect fire service before the military, you know, before the military. But the presence of the military there might be due to some high ranking officials. Look at this now. You see soldiers. This is probably a soldier. I've seen so many high ranking military officials here. So that could be the reason why there are armed men, armed soldiers, not police there. Nigerian soldiers. You understand? I've seen so many high ranking, top military men in their best military uniform with all their medals and stuff. So many of them. Now, also, it appears from news I read that TB Joshua's daughter, did not marry a Nigerian. I think she married a South African or so. Junior pastor in TB Joshua's church also. So, not 100% sure of the news, but the rumor says that his daughter married last, is it November or December? And TB Joshua did not attend. He did not attend that wedding. Some say it's because he did not approve of the marriage, and some others say it's because he was ill. In fact, a particular news I read said that TB Joshua said that God told him to go to the mountain to pray on the date of that wedding. That's why he did not attend. So, whatever it is, at least one of his daughters is married now. So, in the other video I uploaded before this one, his daughter spoke. His two daughters they spoke. One is called Heart for Human Heart, Heart Joshua. Okay, I think that's the younger one. And these daughters are really well educated in the sense that they schooled. You know, TB Joshua himself did not. Look at one of them. I believe TB Joshua himself did not go to school. He dropped out of primary school or so, but he made sure that everybody around him got the best of education. You know, he doesn't joke with anything in education. So his daughter schooled in the US and the UK. You know, they got the best of education in life. I'm talking about Harvard level education. What are you telling me? Now the thing is, I don't think he has a son. Now that's where the challenge and question of succession comes in. You know, there's a question of succession. Uh, who will carry on after this burial? This burial is gonna be a 1 week or even 2 weeks long burial. You know, that's how legends are buried in Nigeria. If you're a true legend, except in some traditions like Muslim traditions where everything has to end in one day, But talking about Christian traditional religious practitioners, that's how it goes. It's gonna any as long as the person is a legend, the burial is gonna do 1 or 2 weeks every day. So this is day four of TB Joshua's burial, day four, and you can imagine the toll, the heavy toll, like stress that's gonna be on the immediate family because they have to be there every blessed day at the forefront, sitting from morning till night every day. It's gonna be very exhausting. Thanks, Chisky. Chisky, yeah, I thought I should bring it, especially because the channel is not able to broadcast it on YouTube. YouTube banned them. They banned TB Joshua for airing that. TB Joshua aired a video where he was delivering a gay guy, and YouTube banned that. They banned his channel entirely. You know, as opposed to telling him to take down the video, which I would have expected them to do. Well, unless they told him to do that and he refused. So they took down his entire channel. Yeah, Ulrich, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to TPJ, TB Joshua. His village wanted his body buried. They wanted his body buried in his village because they knew a lot of people from all over the world would be traveling to the village to pray at his grave. But the wife said no. The wife said that he will be buried in his church. The village even did a lot of protests. They did a whole lot of protest marches and everything, just so that uh, he will be buried in his village. They even got their king to start voicing out. Their king was requesting seriously that he be buried in his village, but obviously that did not work out. The wife said that TB Joshua is going to be, maybe not the wife per se, but the church. Okay, PR. They say that TB Joshua will be buried in the church. So we're gonna see how that goes out. We're going to see how that goes. So, where do you think TB Joshua should be buried? Are there rights to bury him in his church at Ikotu, or should they bury him in his village? You need to know that in many African traditions, no matter where in the world a man dies, you don't bury him there. You have to take him back home. You have to take his body all the way back to his village. That's where men are buried. Women are buried uh, in their husband's place. Unless the husband is dead, then they can decide where to bury her, whether in her father's compound or where she died. But a man must go back to his native land. So it was a very big discussion, you know, and debate. So, but as you can see, people are also praying. I can see people praying, just walking by the grave. People are praying too. Thousands of people for hours walking by. Thousands and thousands of people for hours on end. So, what do you think? What do you think? Where should Joshua be buried? His church, or should they take him back to his native land? Should he go back to his native land? Now, in all these things, I don't see the TB Joshua's half brothers. Okay, his own senior brother is not shown here, but his wife and children are here, and the son in law is here. In case you can't see, look through the look here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. That's where the son in law is seated with his daughter. So, what do you guys think on where TB Joshua should be buried after this line in states? Chris Key said the church is okay. Roland, yes. Rest in peace to the prophet. He gone, he did. That's a quick reminder that no matter how powerful you are as a human being, man, one day, everybody gets to go home. Death is a grand joker, you know, just turns everything you're doing into in life into a joke. You get? Don't don't take life too seriously, man. I don't care what you're going through now. It's all a joke, man. You get? I don't care what you're going through right now. It's all a joke. Don't take life too seriously. This whole thing is a joke, man. Your PhD, your PGD, your HSE, your DHTML, your PHP, your NTA results, certificate, the person that broke your heart, the child that is disobeying you, you know, all those things, all the properties you lost, the people that robbed you, all those things, it's all a joke, man. Don't take it too serious. No matter how things go bad, find some time to eat some food, your best meal, you know, and catch some fun. Catch some fun. If it's watching football that is fun for you, go watch it. No matter how ugly things go, you get, do the things you love. Don't put out your passion for too long. If you have passion for something and it's in your heart that you should pursue that thing, don't put it out for too long for in place of making money or doing this or getting a certificate or satisfying everyone else. Pursue your passion. Then find a way to make a lot of money out of it. TB Joshua pursued his passion and also found a way to get a lot of wealth out of it. He's so wealthy, yet his true nature shines forth. Unlike many other churches, if you go to TB Joshua's church, you will feel that this man is so humble. That's the first thing that will catch you. This man is so humble. You know, that humility makes it impossible for you to estimate his wealth. But when you look around, the church he built, the caliber of people visiting him, I mean, presidents. He's the only church in Nigeria, in Africa, that presidents of other countries go to. You know what that is? That is respect. Put a respect. He's a national treasure. Nigeria just lost a very big national treasure. Forget whether the miracles are fake or real. That's a topic for another day. But the fact that presidents from Zambia, presidents from South Sudan, presidents from Ghana, all these countries, these presidents come to visit him. No other pastor in Nigeria, no matter how big the pastors are, no other preacher, no other preacher is able to pull that off. Have some respect, man. And for him to be doing that without education, he dropped out in primary school, didn't spend more than 10 years in school in total. For him to be able to pull all this off shows that impossible is nonsense, man. That your dream, you can accomplish it. You don't need all the education in the world. No matter what what do you call it now? Things holding you back, your limitations, no matter what they are, you can always get through. Since that time that we were live, people are still passing. Tell you how many people came to the church. And this is invite only. Oh. They did not say the whole world should come. You know? Rest in peace, legendary prophet. Yeah. It, such is life, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. He did. TB Joshua did. RIP. RP to the legend. So now, who is going to take over his church? Who's going to be the new senior pastor? I've been thinking, who will be the new senior pastor? The news I saw the other day said that TB Joshua's wife has been appointed as the new senior pastor. You know, but if she's really, um, nobody knows whether the church is going to grow bigger or smaller. I think the best way they can accomplish that if they allow the church to start establishing branches, you know, because TB Joshua is one in a lifetime kind of person, once in a lifetime. Yes, RIP, RIP. He did. RIP to the legend. Nigeria lost 60% of foreign visitors, 60% of tourists that are coming to Nigeria are basically church people going to TV Joshua's church. So now he did. That's how much we lost our tourism industry. Like I actually expect our tourism minister of tourism to specifically pay him a visit and homage. You know, it has to be public. That's what I expect. Given that he sustained that industry for so long, there has to be an official government delegation to go and say goodbye, legend. He a legend. TB Joshua is a legend. He a real life legend. What are you telling me? What are you telling me? TBJ, he did 57 years old. Few days to his 58th birthday. And so life chop am. Life chop am. His last message, last few sentences he said before he died. You know, he was preaching to some people in the congregation, and I suspect that he started feeling somehow in his body. So he preached, he said, there's time for everything. Your time to come here and your time to go home. You know, those are the last things he said. He said, pray for India that he's coming. Pray for India. He now left because India was suffering serious coronavirus cases, rise in coronavirus case numbers. You know, so he left and they never came back. They waited and waited until they went to check out on him, only to realize that he did. Um, Mr. Ezra, I'm not a member of his church. Oh. Well, I used to be until I was convinced that the miracles are not real. Personal conviction. Your own conviction might be different. I was a member of that church for months. I was going every day, every Sunday for months until I was fully convinced that these miracles are fake. They are choreographed. After seeing a lot that I saw there, I said, no, I left. That was it for me. You know, that was it. So I know the church very well, very, very well, but I'm not a member. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the man, Any questions? I am not a member of the church. No, Ezra, I'm not a member of the church. I don't believe. The only thing I appreciate now is his messages. I appreciate his messages because he doesn't copy other pastors. If you're like me, that you listen to a whole lot of pastors, you see that they copy themselves. The message you will hear from this one, you will hear from that one. Even their speech mannerisms are the same. You know, the way they are speaking in tongues that sound alike. A lot of pastors in Nigeria copy each other, but that's not TB Joshua. He's different. So I like to listen to his messages. He's a legend like that. But the miracles, nah, 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 nah. To me, they're all scam. And it's not just guesswork by me. I was there and I was personally convinced. Say, work. 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 Call it work. If you want to ask me questions, you can ask. Oh, I'm still here. Otherwise, I'll have to turn off the audio again. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to drop. But today we are celebrating the life and times of a legend, TB Joshua. So, you guys, have you been to his church before? Did you receive miracles? It shocked you? Or did you not receive? Let me know. Let me know what you think. A lot of people accuse TB Joshua of they accuse TB Joshua of having so many kids elsewhere since he doesn't have a son. And a lot of people say that during the burial, a lot of people are going to show up to claim that they are his children. But so far, the total number of people that have showed up to claim that is zero. Nobody has come out to say I'm TB Joshua's son or daughter. Nobody. You understand? Nobody has come out to say nothing. So the man might not have any kids outside of wedlock. People were just accusing him. Or maybe trouble is still cooking. It's possible that trouble is still loading in the background. You get what I'm saying? It is possible, still very much possible. But only way to find only only one way to find out. We wait. If he's really a bad person in terms of with women and having many kids as accused, it's gonna show. You get it's going to show. But if he's not a bad person, nobody will ever come out to claim nothing. That's how we're going to know. You get RIP TP Joshua, real life legend, with no education. With no education, he pulled it off. With no education, he was able to pull it off. So much success to the point that kings come to his doorsteps. So, you let me know what you think. I'm going to be turning off the audio of this very soon. Yeah, no lane. No, Lynn said you can't get sweet and sour drink in one bottle. Sorry. I think you should explain better so I can talk on it. No, Lynn. What of suppression? Yes. If I understand what you're saying, that people may want to come out but they are suppressed. It's possible, and there are so many tools of suppression and oppression. Okay, but these days there is internet. You know, you can't suppress somebody with a smartphone unless you take away the smartphone. So if somebody is really convinced that they are TB Joshua's children and they have tried to address the issue and they feel suppressed, all they need to do is to get on Instagram and make just 1 minute video. Even if it's not true, just 1 minute video is gonna go viral. And so far we've not seen anything. So I can't say people are being suppressed. So if he had other kids, then they were well trained and decided and probably believe that they are getting what they deserve. So no need to go to the public to drag people on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So people only go to the public when they feel that what they deserve, they're not getting it. So it's either the people involved are believing that they are getting exactly what they deserve, or that there are no people involved. It's just his kids. His kids from his legit wife, and that's it. TB Joshua, RIP to a legend, man. He did. He did, man. This life no balance. Yes, Kenichi Paul, I was there, man, and I can tell you, I'm somebody that before I make any decision, I make sure I know what I'm doing. I observed one on one, and I found out that the miracles are choreographed. You know what is choreography? Choreography is when some people rehearse, practice something, and they come to the stage to perform it. So the day, not even moment, the day I found out that the miracles were choreographed, I left in the middle of that Sunday service, and that was it for me. Final, end of discussion. I never stepped my foot on that church again. The day it was clear to me that middle of Sunday service around 1 p.m. I left, and that was it, end of discussion. So, but for me to find out, it took me it took me a several months of attending the church every Sunday, and not just months. Cost me money because I was busy buying all those miracle water, you know, miracle water, thinking the water has some spiritual power. Now, it was when my eye cleared, I realized that guy, you be mumu. Oh. Water where they sell 10 naira outside, they're buying it for 7,000 naira. You be mumu, mumu, or there, mumu. How do I get my money back now? So that's my personal experience. Now you could go there and have a different personal experience. I'm not disputing that. You know, I'm not disputing that at all. You can't tell me that all these millions of people there. You know, there are many people that can't come to Nigeria for this, but look at people still trooping. What are you telling me? Thousands and thousands of people for the past 6 hours. You know, are you telling me that they didn't have a positive experience that is different from mine? No, they had. They had a separate positive experience. So you could go there, you have your own special experience. Maybe a missing hand will grow back or missing head. The head you're looking for since will just show up. But for me personally, my experience there, after observing everything, I was like, nah, this is not what I thought. This is actually choreographed. Know what I'm saying, what do you guys think? Keep asking me questions. So if you want to ask more specific questions, feel free. You know, guys, are my videos still? I thought the videos are playing. Oh, it's a live video. The things you're seeing on the screen now are happening right now. It's live, so I'm streaming it live. It's not a time lapse video. Kwamashu Chihuahua. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. This is a live video. All right, it's happening right now. It's not. This is not. What do you call it? It's not a time lapse video. All right. The only thing is that I disabled the audio, so you can't hear the songs they are singing and all. But this, what you're seeing now, is happening right now as I'm talking to you. Kenichi Paul, thanks for asking questions. I'll keep answering. Why I had such conclusion? I realized that I went through the whole process in the church, and I realized that it's all scam. That's my personal conviction. And let me give you an example. For instance, all those crippled people that you see that they pray for, and the crippled person will stand up and start walking. They are not actually crippled. They are people with difficulty in walking. So let's say you go to the church now with a walking stick and you are limping, and what happened to your leg? Maybe arthritis. You will not meet the man of God. You're going to meet evangelists. Evangelists will take you. There's a place you guys will be on a queue meeting evangelists. Okay, evangelists will ask you what's your name, this, that. They'll prepare all those things and put it on a placard for you. You get. Then they will ask you to walk. If you can walk at all, then you are the perfect candidate for a miracle, because it means that when pastor prays for you and say you should stand up and walk, you can stand up and walk. But you did not come there because you cannot walk at all. You came there because you have difficulty in walking. Maybe when you're walking, you're feeling pain. Maybe the ligament in your knee has withered. It happens to some people. Or maybe what else? Arthritis. There are holes in your bones, and a whole lot of things. There's osteoporosis or whatever. There are a lot of things that could hinder people from walking easily, but they can walk. So uh, when you get to the church, they make if you are totally crippled, they will make sure you never get to see that man of God. They will channel you to some other place where some junior pastor will pray for you and send you back home. But if you can walk small, but with pain, perfect. Is either you come with your own what do you call it, wheelchair, or they give you a wheelchair day church. You will now sit down. Pastor will now come and pray for you in the middle of church service. Camera everywhere. After pastor have laid hand on you, this I tell you to stand up and walk. You stand up and start jumping. Yeah, man of God, I've been healed. Man of God, I've been healed. But true, you could walk before. You see? So the church does not allow people that are totally crippled to come in for prayers. But what they will show on the TV is somebody that a crippled person that was prayed for, and the person just stood up and walked. You'll be like, damn, I just saw a miracle. You did not see any miracle. You know, there are so many other ones, um, but that's just an example. And for me to have observed that, I had to be inside the church and go through the process of getting prayed for to observe that. If you have never gone through that process in that church, you won't be able to tell. Look at this one. Anointing is catching somebody. Look at your screen. Oh, why is it hanging? It's like there's somebody, they just cut it. Somebody, anointing started catching a woman as she was just passing TB Joshua cups. Now there's somebody, I don't know whether it's from South Africa. What's your name? Siwawa. You're doubting that this is live. Why are you doubting? I'm telling you it's live and you're doubting. What's the meaning of the doubt? Yes, Nolin. See, I don't call any person man of God though. It's only God that knows who his man is. You get what I'm saying? I can call people pastor, daddy, GO, but I don't call anybody man of God. It's only God that knows who the man of God is. Because if they start showing you things that some of these people are involved in, you know, they start showing you things. I'm not one of those that call TB Joshua evil or anything, but I've been there and I don't believe in the miracles. You get? So I don't call any man on earth man of God, no matter what. No, 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 no. Because I don't know what you put your hand into. To be able to pull off what you're pulling off, whether it's tricks or juju. Me, I don't believe in juju. So anything I'm saying is a trick. You get? If I can't determine that it's a trick, I'll file it under things I'm not sure yet. You get? But you can't fool me these days with all those miracles. Because when I was younger, people can just do a bracketabra. I'll be like, wow. Have I met you before? No. This, that, that. Your name is Dave Partner. You're 90 million years old. You're living in Chicago. Have I met you before? Say no. you know. So by the time I finished that, so as a growing young man, they used to trick me with all that bullshit. But now I found out how they do all that trick, all those accurate prophecy tricks. I found all of them out. So for those doubting, this is actually a live video. It's happening now as we speak. As you can see, some policewomen are coming there. Lagos is on standstill today for TB Joshua's burial. You know how many policewomen and military men I've seen? These are not just normal military men. No. We're talking men of caliber in the military that are coming there. Siwawa, which country are you from? Kwamashu, can you tell us which country you're from? I don't know why you're doubting that this is live. This is actually live. It's happening now in the city, in Lagos City, Nigeria. It's going down. TB Joshua, RIP. RIP to a legend, real life legend. Kenichi Paul, yes. For me to conclude that all those miracles were a scam. Now, there's something called a placebo effect. Placebo effect. If you already know it, then I don't need to explain. But if you don't know it, then let me give some explanation. Kenichi, I'm glad I made you laugh. So placebo is sometimes you go to a medical doctor in the hospital and complain that let's say you complain that your hand is paining you. The doctor checks your hand, scans everything, and sees that there's nothing wrong with your hand. And they ask you, "Are you sure?" You say, "Yes, my hand is paining me. My hand is paining me." What does the doctor do? The doctor writes some tablets for you, some drugs. He said, "Take two in the morning, take two in the afternoon, take two in the evening." Now, those tablets they are writing for you are placebo. They are not doing anything, you know. So placebo is just something you would take. You think that is working, but it's not doing any work. So it's just a way of psychologically working on your mind. You understand? So that you can, your mind will heal itself because they have seen that the problem is not on your hand, it's your perception that you are ill. Haven't you seen people that they feel that they're having malaria, they're having malaria? It's because they're perceiving it in their mind. But true, they're not having malaria. You get so doctors will not tell you, they will write placebo. You will not know. You carry it to the pharmacy and buy placebo tablet. Those tablets are just chalk, they're not doing anything. Some of them are just supplements. It doesn't have anything to do with anything you complained about. But they will tell you these are powerful medicine drugs. After 1 week, come back. You go and take it. After 1 week, when you come back, you be like, yeah, it has gone. Oh, hey, thank God. Oh, that drug you gave me is very powerful. Doctor will smile. It's placebo. So it happens to some people. They are already in the process of healing. All right, but they just need that. Since they already believe that they need a miracle, their mind just needs that confirmation that a miracle has happened. You know, to complete that healing process. For instance, somebody that had an accident and broke his leg, he has gone to hospital, they have corrected the bone structure, whatever, whatever, and there is healing already going on, but he is not fully healed. He is still feeling pain. And that's not the problem. The problem is that he believes that that accident was sent from somewhere. People in the village sent him accident. You see how the problem is now. So that treatment the doctor is giving him, yes, God doctor is giving him treatment, but he doesn't really fully believe in it. So when they meet the pastor, what does pastor do? Pastor just lays their hand on him, this, that, and say, stand up and start walking, this, that, that, that. You are healed. I've removed that thing they sent for you. The person is now fully rest assured. In that state of mind, the healing will even be faster, safe. When they believe that that juju that was sent from village has been removed or neutralized by the pastor, you know. So they are placebo when people are not truly ill, but they just need prayers. Or when people are truly ill, but their body is already healing, but they just need a confirmation, from somebody that they respect a lot. So there is that one. But generally, those miracles, man, they're all choreographed. I just told you how they did one. If you have any specific one that surprises you the most, you let me know. Let me explain to you how they do that trick. You know, there was a time I was explaining this, but I stopped saying it because I noticed that some upcoming pastors are learning the tricks from me to go and scam more people. You get there's no solution to UAR. You try to expose the trick of one person, another person learns it from you, and then starts their own trick and start tricking people with it. So I stopped exposing all these tricks. But that's how they do it, man. I just explained the one for crippled people. Those people are not really crippled. Now look at this man on your screen now walking now. Some scam pastor could hijack him and use him to do miracle of rise and walking crippled person. We remember now 2 years ago. How many of you remember 2 years ago when a lady that had an accident and by the time she recovered, her hand was mangled so that the hand can be shorter or longer? Who remembered? The lady was now going from church to church. Pastor will now do miracle that her hand is growing back, her hand will grow back until the thing leaked on TV. Now turned out that she has been to about 5 to 6 churches, including one of the famous pastors, used that thing to scam his congregation. I would have thought that the moment that video leaked, that people would have abandoned that famous pastor's church. Oh boy, that is when the crowd even became bigger in the in the church of the pastor. Nigeria no get solution. I swear, there is no solution. Forget it. Best solution is take IELTS and travel out. They are trying to save the spiritual country, the spirituality of the country. Forget it, man. Feel free to ask me questions, some of you watching now, because I may not talk about this miracle thing again. So, guys, talk, talk, talk. Ask me questions about miracles. Like I told you, I've been to TB Joshua's church. I was a member there for some time, for some months. So I wasn't really convinced about the miracles any longer, so I left. I was convinced that the miracles are scam, but I was in love with the messages too. Till today, I still listen to TB Joshua's messages. Till today, I even listened to one this morning when he was talking about how persecution helped to strengthen him. You know, his messages are amazing. He doesn't preach like other pastors in Nigeria. So there's a whole lot of respect on TB Joshua's name that I personally have. You get? So somebody is getting confused. Um, there was this. I have to Google it. They released a paper about the date of the burial. But what you have to know is that this particular one they are doing today is It's not burial per se, it's lying in state. This is day four of the burial. So today they went to bring him from the mortuary and they took him to his church and kept him to lie in state so that the whole congregation will come and watch him one by one. And so far, for 6 hours, people have been look at crowd still waiting to watch him. Hey, look at crowd still waiting to watch him. That's to tell you how big. These ones are covering their faces. They must be very important personalities. You get what I'm saying? These ones are covering their faces. So today's line in state is gonna be there for the whole day. You get this is half of the day so far, or a little above half of the day, and it's still there. So ask me questions if you have questions. Drop questions, or contributions. So now, if you want to call in to the show, you can let me know. You can call in. It seems somebody's talking. I wouldn't know who it is. But I purposefully disabled the volume. I'm gonna be ending this broadcast soon, guys. I'll be ending this broadcast soon. RIP to TB Joshua. RIP to the legend of a man of God. RIP. He a legend. He did his best in life, man. Now he did. TB Joshua did, man. And I'm still hammering on it. Can you believe that the big pastors in Nigeria ignored this burial? They did not attend. They did not attend. They are supposed to be here. One of their colleagues fell. They're supposed to be. They did not attend. And in as much as they did not attend, their sons, in quote, their sons in the Lord did not attend too. It's a shame, man. That's to tell you that that pastor telling you not to keep malice is keeping malice himself, and his own malice is worse. Malice unto death. How can you be beefing someone, the person died, you are still beefing his corpse? Or to what end? You get what I'm saying? Many of them did not receive, publish any official message on the death of TB Joshua. No official message. Some of them might have gone, but they will go in secret. Beef. Today they are doing nothing. Many of them did not come. All the top pastors in Nigeria, except people like Indaboski. I will call them level B of upcoming. Indaboski. There are people like Prophet Omoto Fufeyin. He was among the first that sent condolence message. He even told his church to everybody to should hold on for 1 minute silence. Apart from him, Prophet Joshua Iginla, you know, that one came. I heard that he came to his church here in Lagos for condolence. Joshua Iginla. You get. Then some of the other big pastors were even happy that he died. One of them was writing very happily. Can you imagine that? And you're still going to the pastor's church. Your pastor is keeping beef with a corpse, and you're still going to the pastor's church. Kenechi Paul. Uh, since I personally observed that you have to bring a really strong argument to convince me that the miracles are real. Since I was there and I personally observed that, I observed the tricks firsthand. You know, I observed the tricks firsthand. Do you know another trick? Let me shock you small. Do you know that the when you come, let's say you come from South Africa and you say you want to meet the man of God. Let's say there's a Sunday service on Sunday and you come on Saturday, which is the day most people prefer to come. They will quickly arrange, you will see that the church is actually busy on a Saturday. You meet evangelists. You understand? Evangelists will preach. No, not preach now, but evangelists, you see queue, long queue. You know, the way you are seeing people now, that's the way the church is every blessed day of the week. You know, so you guys will be coming in one by, okay, you're from South Africa, you have to be coming in. You guys will be going from queue to queue till you meet evangelist in a room. Evangelist will ask you, okay, so what brought you to the synagogue church of our nation? As you're saying that, they have cameras. So they have like one, when they interviewed me, let me talk about myself personally. There are two camera crews. You know the way there is a camera crew, there's one carrying the rope, the guy that will carry the main camera, and one other person. There were two of those. So there was about six people. And then including the evangelist that was questioning me, she was the seventh. And she had a piece of paper and she was not Nigerian. This one was Asian, somewhere like Indonesian lady like that. What's your name? I wrote my name. She made sure she got the spelling correctly. How old are you? I said my age. What brought you to the synagogue church of all nations? I said what brought me? Yeah, this, that. I said, okay, okay. Um, they now said I should test myself. I don't want to say what brought me there, okay? But let's say it is leg. Let's say I was complaining that I can't walk well. So they said I should stand up and walk a few steps. So I was surprised when you say that I just told you I can't walk well and you want me to walk a few steps inside my mind. So I stood up and did the walk. You know, they were like, okay. That was when I realized what she was doing. She wanted to be sure that she can present me to be prayed for. And for her to present me, she must be sure that I can actually walk, but probably with difficulty, that kind of thing. So that was where I started piecing the things together. I now noticed too that other people that went there with more severe cases of not being able to walk were not allowed. They will give you a tag after the interview. The tag will have like, there will be, let me say, red, blue, green, have different colors. So from the tag they give you, there will be a number on the color, right? From the tag they give you, they will tell you to come to church with that tag the following day. Now, the people that their cases were more severe, they'll give them a different color tag. So now when those people come to church the following day, as you're entering, once usher look at your tag, they will know where you are supposed to sit. You get. So if you're coming from like South Africa or some other country, usher will direct you to go sit somewhere in the front, close to TB Joshua. But if you're coming from somewhere else that they don't mind, they will just direct you anywhere in the church. Go and sit. You lost from where you go. So if you go back now that I'm saying this and look at TB Joshua's church prophecies, you'll see that 99.99% of his prophecies happened to those people in the front seats. First five rows from the altar, that's where the most prophecies are. And this is where you see well to do people, interesting cases, and foreigners. That's where they position those white people. White people don't sit anywhere in the church, they sit in the front. And before they are meant to sit there, the day before, evangelists have already interviewed them, and there's a video recording of what brought them there. So when TB Joshua comes out the following day and is prophesying to them why they came to church, you know, they'll be surprised, forgetting that there was already a video recording from day before where they exposed why they came to church. And you can't tell who watched that video. You get what I'm saying? If I came to your office now to see you and I meet your secretary gets the full details of why I came to see you, and she told me to go back and come back the following day. And I came back to see you the next day, and you start prophesying to me why I came. You know, You get that's how it looks like. Of course, you have read your secretary's script and even watched the video, maybe CCTV or whatever. Watched it to be sure of why I came. So if I'm not meeting you for the first time the next day, you'll be shocking me with prophecies. So when I tell you that I was there, it's not that somebody told me. I was there live and direct, and I observed things myself. So if you're going to tell me that what I observed is not true, you have to bring a really strong evidence. I'm always open to such discussions and learning new things, but for you to convince me otherwise, that means the one I observed by myself. Yeah, Ifeanyi Ozumba, goodbye. Saying goodbye to TB Joshua. He a legend. He a real life legend. Yes, El Kima, Lord Jesus, Bob Manuel. The world, Africa just lost a legend, you know? The whole of Africa lost a legend. It's unfortunate, but it has happened. Sudden death, it has happened. So, guys, I'm gonna end this broadcast. I hope you learned one or two things, and if more things happen, I'll be the first to bring it to you, especially during the proper burial. I'll be the first to get it for you. All right? Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Kenichi Paul, I hope I answered your question. And who else? Nolin. Nolin. I hope I answered you guys' questions. If you have any other question, drop it. Otherwise, I'm closing. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop it. Now you can check me out. Follow our group on Telegram. So go to your Telegram app and search for the Partner Media. Search for it on Telegram and then join the Partner Media on Telegram. Search for it and join our group. That's where we upload certain videos we can't upload here. No, I will attend my own church. I'm now a full church on my own. Um, Kenichi Paul doesn't prevent me from going to any other church. Sometimes when I travel to some countries, I attend RCCG. If you have traveled out of Nigeria, you know that RCCG is in almost in every country. That's Pastor Adeboye's church. I do attend that. I attend Oyedepo's church too. So if you have traveled, you know that Winners RCCG, they're there. Um, Sometimes, if I'm in Nigeria, I do attend any close by church. Any church that's close by. I'm not really sent these days, you know. But if I tell you I'm a church goer proper, na lie. Since I've discovered the tricks in most of these things, what I now look out for is the content of the message the man of God is preaching. No longer, no longer, what do you call it? Seeking salvation, glory, miracle, all those things. Now, I want to listen to what the man has to say. You know, how is it going to impact my life for the day? You get. So when you know what I know, you know that 99% of these pastors are scammers. That's why I respect pastors that don't try to do miracles. You know, there are pastors that don't try to do miracle. That's a lot of respect. They just preach. I'm talking about pastors like Pastor Sam Adeyemi. You can never see him laying hands on people trying to do abracadabra, miracle, this, that, that. That's a lot of respect, you know, respect on a man. What of Pastor Paul Adefarasi? You'll not see him doing all those miracle, deliverance, this, that, prophecy. You know, your auntie in the village is the reason for your problem. You will now go home and start fighting that auntie. Come on. You get what I'm saying? So I respect Pastor Paul. There are many of them that I respect like that. A whole lot of them. So let me know what you think. Let me know. See if a pastor is honestly preaching just the word of God and not trying to fake miracles and stuff. You get, if he's preaching that and not trying to fake the miracles, then I have a lot of respect for him because it means he's not trying to trick me. You get, so it's now left for me to decide whether I agree with what he's preaching or not. You get, I just get to agree or disagree. But that respect is there. That respect is there. But when you're trying to do abracadabra in the bullshit to trick me, come on. Or tell fake stories of how you use urine to pour into a car and then your car started driving with urine. Or how you healed a headless woman in Kafanchan in 1992. Or how Jesus walked into your room live in 1864. And all those things. Once I hear that from a pastor, poof, I've switched channel. I'm not listening to that pastor again. So I respect pastors that go straight, tell you they are not trying to form anything. Thank you very much, guys. I think I've shown you enough of how the burial is going. I'll be back later in the evening. Once they pass this stage of lying in states to another stage, I'll be right back. All right. Thank you very much. See you.